Good morning. I call this meeting to order. We have a quorum. All three commissioners are present, and we will be led in the flag salute by Commissioner Fund.
Please stand. You may be seated.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the minutes of April 22nd, 2013.
Second?
The motion has been made and seconded. Are there any further additions, deletions, corrections in the minutes? Going to call for the question. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Minutes are approved. Public comment. We have 3 today. Leo, you're up first.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Leo Ferrari. I live at 1210 West Plum Street in Centralia. I've been many years a resident of Lewis County. I'm the vice president of the Lewis County Tea Party and asked you to present you with this by their board of directors. The National Defense Authorization Act, although necessary for the defense of the United States, contains provisions that are of concern to millions of Americans from every band in the political spectrum. Under these provisions, Americans detained as belligerents under the terms of the NDAA will not be tried in Article III courts, but will be subject to military tribunals and indefinite detention. This is abhorrent to many provisions of both the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of Washington State, both of which you have taken an oath to defend. In order to help you in fulfilling this duty, I have prepared a suggested resolution condemning Section 1021 of the 2013 National Defense Authorization Act and ordinances further promoting that intent. I have included a partial list of states, counties, and cities and their positions on this issue. I say partial because I've been made aware of additions to that list that I was not able to obtain. I have also included a letter from 40 retired admirals and generals expressing concern and support for this issue. On behalf of myself and the members of the Lewis County Tea Party, I respectfully urge you to pass this resolution and ordinances. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I have a second one, Mr. Dan Townsend.
Good morning, Commissioners. Dan Townsend, 2716 Seward Avenue, Centralia, Washington. I was just here in support of Mr. Ferrari's proposal to you from the Lewis County Tea Party. As I look at it, it seems a little long, seems a little complicated. I'm sure it'll take some time to have staff work on it and make it work for you. As I look out into the future of the federal government, I think counties and states are going to become less and less self-sufficient on the federal government and more assertive of states' rights and counties' rights within the state. And I think this is a good start that a lot of states, counties, and cities are going down. At some point, we have to start reeling some of this back in, and this is one way to do it. So thank you very much for your consideration.
Thank you, sir. Colonel Ron Averill.
Ron Averill, Greater Centralia area. I'm coming to you because there's a notice item that I'm concerned about, and since the public doesn't get to speak to notice or consent items, I wanted to register my concerns with you. As you know, Airport Road, from the standpoint of the public, looks like it's completed and ready to drive on, and there's been a lot of discussion within the community about why can't we get on the road. And it's been on John Pinesco's show, and I, last week, sent a message to John explaining the situation on Airport Road, that we have the meatpacking plant that's there, and we had to give access to it from Mellon Street while we went over the dike. And now that that's complete, we're almost at the point where we're going to be starting phase 2 of the Mellon Street project, and the interstate's going to be need to have the Airport Road closed for that when that construction starts. I had told that to John, and John put it on an air, and 2 minutes later, someone called. I came up to the county office, and they told me Airport Road's going to be open on 22nd. Well, you know, I think that what you're doing is because we're changing directions for access to the meat plant, but we're not going to be opening Airport Road after 22nd of July. So before this comes up for a public hearing, you might want to look at how it's being presented. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
There is no further public comment. I will
move we-
entertain a motion on the notice agenda.
I move that we approve the notice agenda, resolution number 13-237-1 and through 238, items 1 and 2 on our agenda.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Mr. Tim Elsey.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tim Elsey speaking to items number 1 and 2 on your notice agenda. Item number 1 is call for bids for furnishing 4 new 2013 or 2014 truck cab and chassis. Bids are due to the clerk of the board on May 17, 2013 by 11 a.m., and this is resolution number 13-237. And as you're aware, we lost 4 trucks in the March 22nd fire at Randall. And this is a call for bids to go out and replace those 4 trucks. The next item on your notice agenda, item number 2, is regarding the temporary closure of Airport Road to all through traffic until 5 p.m. July 22nd, 2013. And Colonel Averill was absolutely correct. We are just closing this until July 22nd so that the WashDOT has the ability to go out to bid on the next phase of this, the north phase of this project, which will include the Mellon Street overpass. And so it will, first of all, there's still work to be done, even though it does look like it's essentially completed. It's not completed yet. But this will allow them the opportunity to complete their work and then to go out to bid the next phase, and then we will open this end but close the next end, and we will have a different road closure as of July 22nd.
Tim, is there some way we can make that clear? Because we understand that, but the public doesn't understand how we're doing that, closing it from one end and then the other end. So could you get a press release or something to the effect that,
Absolutely.
that as of the 22nd, we will close it from the other end and not, so we can get it straightened out? Because it is going to be a problem.
It's a good point. Yes. Thank you.
May I also add that Department of Transportation is having a meeting at the Vets Museum this Friday from 10 to 12 to talk about Chamber Way. So I'm sure they would entertain, if the public wants to go there, and entertain any other questions regarding the closure of Airport Way.
Thank you.
Any further discussion on the notice agenda? I'm going to call for the question. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Notice agenda is passed.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the consent agenda, items 3 through 10, resolution 13-239 through 13-246.
Second?
Motion has been made and seconded. Commissioner Gray.
Item number 3 is the weekly approval of warrants. This week we have 259 regular warrants totaling $681,620.59, and 1 special purpose district warrant for $41.86, for a total to be dispersed of $681,662.45.
Danette York, Director of Public Health and Social Services, speaking to item number 4, resolution number 13-240, appointing a member to the Lewis Mason Thurston Area Agency on Aging Advisory Council. This council is a governmental agency sponsored by the 3 counties to manage, monitor, plan, fund, coordinate, and advocate for services and programs that serve the elderly and younger disabled persons. The agency, also known as LMTAAA, has an 18-member advisory council that provides input and advice to the agency staff and makes funding and legislative recommendations to the agency and agency's board. 6 people from each county are appointed to a 2-year term and can be reappointed for up to 3 terms. The purpose of this resolution is to appoint Donald Owens from Centralia, who has expressed an interest in serving on the council. Shar Nelson resigned her position when she moved out of the area and leaves an open position on the agency for a member from Lewis County. And I did want to point out that Mr. Owens is in the audience today. Any questions?
Mr. Owens, do you have anything you want to say, or do you have anything you would like to add? Okay.
Thank you.
Appreciate your volunteering to do this service. We appreciate your volunteering to do this service.
Good morning, Commissioners. Michael Strozik, Director of Central Services. Item number 5 on your agenda today is Resolution number 13-241, approving an interlocal agreement with the Town of PO for computer and software maintenance services. This is the agreements that have been coming forth to you for about the last 4 or 5 months for software support and with our IT department as part of the public safety program. This one is actually very late, as the board can recognize. PL wasn't going to sign one, however, they have run into some problems, and so now they have come seeking a resolution from us. So we're here to help the small agencies the best we can and keep them going. So this agreement is for 2013 and 2014. The rate for 2013 is the standard $110 rate, which includes the first 2 hours. After that, it is $55 an hour during regular business hours.
I think what actually happened was PL didn't think they needed an agreement, and then they ran into a problem and found out that your office provides a pretty good deal, your department, so they came back and requested it.
Yeah, and I think that's true, sir. They're trying to do everything they can to save $1, which I totally respect, but they showed up needing some help, and so we're going to take care of them, keep them going.
Thanks, Mike.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tim Elsey speaking to items number 6 through 10 on your consent agenda. The first is approving a master interlocal agreement with Lewis County Cemetery District Number 1 in Winlock. And as you're aware, RCW 3934080 allows for agencies to enter into agreements where one agency has the ability and manpower and tools to perform duties that another agency doesn't have the ability to do. This interlocal agreement will allow us to perform work for the cemetery district. We have performed a little bit of work for the cemetery district in the past, but that required a resolution by this board ratifying after the fact that we were able to do about $300 worth of work for them. This will allow us to spend up to $20,000 per incident and $30,000 aggregate per year working with the cemetery district. We don't expect that for sure, and this is an agreement for 5 years. Speaking to item number 7, resolution number 13-243, approving the purchase of used equipment at auction. And you'll see a lot of resolutions from me concerning the Area 7 fire, as I'm sure you're well aware. This is a resolution that will authorize us to purchase replacement equipment and only replacement equipment for the Area 7 shop up to an aggregate limit of $500,000 for this year. Speaking to item number 8, proposed vacation of a portion of Boisfort Winlock Road. This is actually named King Road on the ground. And as we're going in and clearing up the right-of-way for any projects that we have, and we do have a reconstruction project out on King Road that will be constructed later this summer and early next year. But as we go through and do that, we perfect the right-of-ways that we have at the time, and we found a piece of the right-of-way that we are not using and have no use for. This would allow us to vacate this right-of-way to the property owner that lives there, and Mr. Cheney, and this will just clear up the paperwork. He's been using the right-of-way, and the road is not within the right-of-way at that point. Speaking to item number 9, approving the purchase of 1 new pickup truck. This is, again, it's a replacement for the Area 7 pickup truck. The truck will be purchased off of state bid and will actually be used to replace Kevin Corpy's pickup, and then his pickup will be washed down to Area 7 shop, and it will be to house the sign, the electronic flashing sign that we have in the back of that truck. And then finally, speaking to resolution number 13-246, item number 10 on your agenda, approving the purchase of 4 new dump trucks and 4 new dump truck bodies and 2 snowplows from North End Truck Equipment. This is also off of the state bid.
And this ties into the call for bids for the 4 new cab and chassis, right?
That's exactly
So
right.
these are the beds and the snow plows that go on those new trucks?
That's correct. We're bidding one ourselves. We wrote the specifications for the trucks, but these are off of state contracts, so we're able to purchase directly off the state contract. Thank you.
I might mention that this, Tim, this includes the hydraulic systems and so on for these
That's
vehicles.
correct.
So that's one of the reasons they're as expensive as they are.
Yes, that's correct. Thank you.
Any other further discussion on the consent agenda? Then I'll call for the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Consent is passed.
Seeing no further business on our agenda, I move that we adjourn.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye, opposed? We're adjourned.